see if we can't see it. It might have left. It appears to be gone. There it is. We done her now. I have my suspicions the track tensioner on this side was on its way out, but I didn't get the part in yet. And so I'd grease it up, you know, in the morning. Holy cow, these bugs are eating me. Grease it up in the morning and then run it, and then grease it up the next day. Well, the tension came out earlier than usual, and I was trying to make it back up, and this happens. That sucks. All the new rollers on there, though. Well, nothing for it except to go up there and probably. Yep. Oh. All right, go ahead. Leave it on. Cedar. Nice looking stuff. Watched it sit back. Yeah! Is that on video still? I need a picture. That's a nice tree. Look at that big thing. It's a behemoth. It's huge. And if you're wondering why it's so darn colorful, I didn't have any end coat, but I did have some tree marking paint, which is pretty heavy, thick paint, so I painted it. Keep it from cracking. I like the color scheme going on here. Looks like it came from the circus. Big log. Like to see Wrangler Star's junk little tractor tow that. Had that dozer hooked to the front of the log. I'm calling that the front, even though it's the bottom. Had the dozer hooked onto there. Had the tractor hooked on front of the dozer blade. And this tractor has that pedal there, if you push it in, it locks the rear axle, so you can't really turn, but you got a lot of pulling power. Probably I'll pull a third as much as the Dozer with the rear axle locked. So between the two of them, we could not make the hill road. We barely made it at all up the hill road, so we turned around. And the swamp road, I think you've seen it in other videos. It's kind of rocky, but not as steep. Barely made it. Like you see Wrangler Star's junk tractor pull that thing though, or even lift it. Piece of garbage. I'd never buy new equipment. I hate new equipment. Can't fix this stuff. Yeah, this video is sponsored by old equipment. Yeah. I'm not sponsored. I wish. No, I don't wish, because nobody sponsors you with old equipment. I just ordered all new fuel filters and everything. Fuel filters, torque converter filter, hydraulic filter, oil filter, and all that good stuff. Let me show you what I did. I'm sending the oil to a place that's called Blackstone Labs to test the oil. I just took a sample. And it's a diesel, so they do run dark. It'll look like that an hour after you change it. 2 hours. So I'm sending it to Blackstone Labs. They'll, test it, tell me how my engine's doing, tell me if my bearings are good, they'll tell me if I got a head gasket leak, all that good stuff. Yeah. By myself today, so we'll just take it slow, be careful, get done what we need to get done. I've developed a hole in the blade. I'll have to weld that. And this is where old equipment sucks. About every other day something breaks and you fix it. Still better than new stuff though, because when new stuff breaks you can't fix it. You can see the old oil filter had catastrophic failure. With all the oil everywhere. Smeared all over to there. Put a new filter on it. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it here. I gotta get going. Bye. Here's another one for you. Like to see Wrangler Star's tractor push that. I just saw his video yesterday. Bragging up four-wheel drive. You got to have it. Well, I count 1, 2. I guess tracks are better. Let us see. Gonna be a little shaky. Can't help it. I shouldn't be picking on him, but it really annoys me how he's going on and on about this tractor that he probably got for free or at a very discounted cost. Just annoys me. I'm going to fix that one of these days. Today's not that day. Anyway, I'd like to see you find any tractor that can push a pile this big. Let me see if I can get this phone up on the Dozer. and then you'll be able to see how big it is compared to me. I didn't get it to work. It is this tall, okay, and so what? Maybe 8 feet at its highest point. It was taller when we started, but it got wider. And I'm going to say 50 feet in length, and let me see how wide. A good 15 or 20 feet wide. I didn't notice those hemlocks in there till too late. Now they're pushed in, never to come back, evidently. Got that hemlock. Probably cut that one pretty easy yet. Get a pole wood out of that ash. I think those two blowdowns are aspen, so kind of worthless. So, out of that giant tree we cut yesterday, whoa, what we have left to do, cut a little bit of pole wood out of there. It knocked that one over when it fell, so we'll get maybe 3 8-foot logs total out of that. Okay, I gotta get to it, so I'll bring you back at a later part. So, my grandfather was wondering how this thing operates compared to a cat. So, I'll just go over the gauges first. It's your hour meter. There's only 2 gauges on this Nash that don't work, and this is one of them. Hours don't work, and torque converter temperature don't work. That one, I think I know the problem, so I'm going to try and fix. That you can't see through anymore, but it used to be clear, and there's an indicator when your air filter was dirty. That's the button to start. Oil pressure usually runs about 60 amps. This here is for my lights, which don't work. They're not hooked up. Oh, it's going to make a liar out of me. It won't even turn. Yeah, there. See, it turns. That's for the lights, but they are not hooked up. Don't have a key for it, but the accessories would turn on your lights and such. It's in the off position currently, which confuses me. That'd be the on position, and that'd be the manifold preheat, but again, don't have it, so can't use it. Transmission oil pressure usually runs about 200 to what's that number? 250. Torque converter, I told you, I think I can fix that. Torque converter pressure, just lets you know the pressure we're at. Usually runs about 30 pounds or whatever. And then engine temperature. You can see right now we're just below 180. Usually we're just that far above 180, just a touch. There's your fuel shut off, so now it's on. Now it'll start. Now it won't start. Coming to here, this lever here is in the low range. Back is high range. You can see from up here. High range is ridiculously fast. Is not useful for anything. This is a hand throttle. That'd be full throttle. This is your foot throttle, which that takes you to like just over 3/4 throttle. And if you want more throttle, you push your hand throttle all the way in, gives you a little bit more. This is your forward reverse. Forwards, neutral in the middle, reverse. And these are your steer sticks. So there'd be forwards high. That's neutral, obviously, in the middle. Forwards low. Well, assuming that was in the forwards. So forwards high, forwards low, reverse low, reverse high. Now let's say I want to go forwards and turn that way. I could do it one of 2 ways. Push this one forward and have that all the way back. That'll give me a powered turn. Both tracks are powered. Or I can leave this one in the neutral position, which will take a wider turn. And this track over here is not going to have power to it, just this one. Same goes if I want to revert. Say if I'm operating in low range with a heavy load and I want to turn right, I could either put this one in neutral, and I'd turn right, very sharply, if I was pushing the load, Or I could put this one forwards and this one back and I'd still turn right. Same with reverse. Like, say I want to go, that way in reverse. Do it like that. Both this one forward, this one back, or this one in neutral. For a sharp pivot turn, say we're going forwards and want to turn left sharp. We don't even have to touch our sticks. We stomp this pedal, and then we'll go sharp left, or stomp that one. We go sharp right. Same regardless if you're in low range or not. Your brakes. What that does is it cuts power to the track. It doesn't actually break it, it just stops the motor on that track. But if you press them both in simultaneously, that applies the brakes. It stops the motors and puts brakes on. This is your parking brake. Up is parking brake, down where it is off. Here's blade control. That is down. That's hydraulic override. See how it sticks there? That override. So there's full down. That'd be full down pressure. That's the neutral position. But say your hydraulics are out and it's stuck up, push it one further and it lets it down nice and slow. And to angle the blade, to take this end here and push it that way, and take this end and pull it in, we would pull the lever this way. To angle it the other way, we push the lever that way. To raise it, we do that. You can also operate on diagonals. It does not tilt the blade, but I can angle the blade, but I don't have tilt. I have a four-way. Up, down, angle left, angle right. That's the screen on there that keeps all the big crap out of your air filter, which is down there. It's your diesel, batteries under here, fire extinguisher. There's your hydraulic fluid. There's your air filter in there. Change that, clean it every once in a while. Oil dipstick, fuel filters. It's 4-cylinder diesel. I think it's a 2.8 liter 4-cylinder. It's a pretty small engine. 57 horsepower. Oil filter, obviously. Torque converter filter. That's the pressure line filter. The suction line filter is back here. I will be replacing all filters on this, and you'll see a video on that soon. So, hope this answers your question, and that's the end of this video, so thanks for watching. Bye.